This is a route I've never
seen.
seen.
Doing swordless? What's going on here?
Yeah, we do have the start in our IRC that we saw, but this is the official start, so here we go.
Here we go. All right, both our runners off to the races, getting that sword at the beginning. Gotta have this.
I will say Zarby is tied currently, so this is heating up right now. Let's go.
Close race. We see the divergence here, though. LackAttack going to do the world record route here. Going to do 3 first, whereas Zarby is going to go to level 2.
Yeah, so this is cool to see.
Tell me why would Zarby go to level 2?
Yeah, great question. So a lot of people are probably wondering that as well. Level 2 start, it's called 2 first routing if you look it up. It's really made and designed to help get your race started. It's a little easier. You get bombs, you know, a little easier in 2 than you will in 3. The combat's a little easier as well. So going 2 first kind of helps your consistency with getting runs off the floor. You don't have to do levels 3 and 4 until you get the white sword, which have harder enemies, harder bosses. So that's the reason Zarby would pick a 2 first route.
Yeah, the name of the game, no matter which route you do, is to get your resources up, and resources include bombs and rupees. Level 2 has both of those in spades, whereas level 3, you kind of have to work a bit more for them. Level 3 and level 4, you have to work harder for them, but the payout is it's quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can see Lack here is having to take on Dark Nuts right away, whereas Zarby is taking on ropes and that type of enemies. So just the difference in what you're facing, even in the first dungeon, is pretty paramount right here.
Yep, and Lack picking up his raft, about a 134 on his timer, a bit slow overall for his standards, I'm sure, but he had to kill the first Dark Nut room to get the floor drop, and he didn't have the most favorable pattern in that second Dark Nut room, but he is leaving with 8 bombs, and that's the biggest thing you can have here, is to go in with as many bombs as you can to manhandle the most trolly boss of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Facing this boss first is why this is so reset heavy, because this boss right now in a race setting scares you. I mean, he could go any way he wants to. He's pure RNG, so there's strats against him because he's going to be in the Northwest for him here to try to corral him in. But having 6 bombs is nice, but like he's going to do this to Lack right now. It's a little dangerous in a race setting where you're sitting here dropping bombs trying to corral him in.
Yeah. And he doesn't get him.
Yeah, so we see what happens in a race right here. Now he's going to have to sword down the last leg of Manhandler, which he is able to do, so that's nice. But now he's on no bombs going into 4, so we're going to have to see what backup he chooses to go with. Yeah,
so you never want to leave with 0 bombs. There's a couple of things he can do. He can farm, or he can just go into 4 and at least get the ladder, but he doesn't want to complete 4 without at least 2 bombs, so we'll see what he chooses.
And Zarby over on his side does finish 2. Had a real nice Dodongo there, and had a pretty nice Moldorm too. Moldorm cooperated with him, so pretty quick 2 for Zarby on his side.
Yeah, and he's leaving with 8 bombs and 26 rupees, so level 2 is very generous on the rupees for him as well.
Lack does get the bomb drop from the blue Octorod, so there's a global chance that he has on 1, 6, and 8. As you're killing enemies through the game, your global counter goes up, so it keeps adding every single time you kill an enemy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if that last number ends on 1, 6, or 8, you're gonna have a chance for a bomb, and that's what happened there. He got a global bomb drop off that blue Octo, so very lucky for Lack, but he knows the drop charts, and he knew exactly when to attack those blue Octos there.
Yeah, that's Lack's style. He keeps his global count as long as he can. And he knew exactly what his global was on based on what he killed in level 3 to know where his chances were to get that bomb. So very good on him. Zarby, meanwhile, moving into the northwest corner, has taken a lot of damage, unfortunately. He's going to this 100 secret because he's going to be probably picking up the blue ring with his route. But you never want to be at a half a heart here. This could be really, really painful with a death this far away from start.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that 100 was vital for him to do that, so he didn't go all the way back there. But if he can get back to where he's going now on this half heart, it's going to be huge, because he doesn't want to have to go all the way back to this spot, which are in the rules right now if you die instantly.
Yep. So I think he's trying to farm for a heart here if he can, or at least get these Tektites out of the way. He's going to pick up a letter so that he can maybe get a potion earlier in the game than what you might see other runners do. Meanwhile, Lack picked up his ladder and is moving on to Gliok. He's got enough bombs. He's got enough. He's got really good health. He's short on rupees, so we might see Lack do a double 100 secret route, depending on how many rupees he can either get forced or random in level 1. And Zarby takes the death.
Yeah, he did take a death in the Northeast, so he's going to have to go immediately back to the spot he died, just to make it fair and there's no death abuse type situations. So you're going to see Zarby track all the way back there. Lack is now, like you said, kind of on pace. I mean, he's behind what his splits are, what his standards, that type of thing, but he's back on pace to a regular run. He's not going to have to do any backup strats for bombs or anything like that anymore.
Yeah, he has enough to keep moving. Did you see what screen? I was looking at Lax. Did you see what screen Zarby had died on?
Yeah, it was just under the potion. Or the letter.
The letter.
So we do see a forced bomb drop on Gleeok, and the way that works is as he detached the first head, he dropped a bomb, and that bomb incremented his kill counter up to 10. So as long as he killed that and forced a bomb there, it stored a bomb on that first head. So as long as he killed the second head without getting hit, which is what you saw from Lack, he forced a bomb off Gleeok. So that was really well done to get his bombs up to 7.
Yep. And Zarby attempting to do the screen scroll trick here. He's a little off. We're a little off with the cropping there, but he is trying to do the screen scroll there. It does return to the screen. Very good.
But still down to way better than my left to right screen scrolls.
Yeah. Still down to 1 heart. He's got to be very careful here. And the big thing coming up for him is he's going to go get his white sword. And that screen has a blue Lionel that if he hits you in any fashion, it'll take away 2 hearts. It's no joke.
Yeah, he can do a strat where you can reset the Lionel. We'll see if he does that and knows how to do that. But yeah, now he's 1.5 hearts, 2.5 hearts. He got a good heart drop there, so we'll see how he plays this Lionel up here.
It seemed like Zarby used a bomb and opened up a cave, but I didn't see him go in that cave for the 30 secret.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about either. We'll have to ask him that or just check it out on the rest of his routing. Lack got a really good skeleton pattern there, so Stalfos pattern. So he is tracing through 1 just like normal. I mean, no issues here right now for him.
Korea got a little away from him, but yeah, he's unfortunately is pretty short on rupees for the route that he wants to do, but he's really good on bombs. So I would imagine that we're probably going to see him do a double 100 secret route, whereas he's going to get that 100 secret that you just saw Zarby get in the northeast corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Zarby does get past that Lionel there, gets his white sword. The white sword route is very friendly to newer runners and even moderate runners too. It's very friendly because it does twice the damage of the wood sword and helps you get through rooms like in level 5 where you've got dark nuts and that type of thing. So it's very commonly picked up.
Yeah, and we've seen runners already in this tournament that do have their PB on 3 first route, but are opting to do a 2 first route for races, just to make it a bit more consistent and I would say to not have so much variance in their runs.
Yeah, absolutely. Lack is now done with level 1, so he's through 3, 4, and 1, so 3 of the 8 Triforces he needs. Plan on going to level 5 next, but like you said, we're going to see a double hundo route here on 13 rupees.
Yep, and Zarby down to 1 heart again. If he gets into level 1, he's pretty safe from a costly death if he does take one on the overworld. Or rather than taking one on the overworld. It looks like he's going to make it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be fine right here. And level 1 going through this with white sword, and I don't think he'll have any issues here.
No. He's got a lot of enemies that do drop bombs. There are some enemies that do 1 heart of damage, but he's going to have a lot of enemies that drop hearts as well for him if he wants it.
So Zarby does pick up the key to the right that you saw Lack did not have to pick up. Just based on the routing, you just got to grab that key.
Yeah, there's a couple of, I mean, that's what makes this game so great to speedrun, is there's routes not only just for beginner, beginner, intermediate, advanced kind of things, but there's also, you can also just kind of tweak even a route within that same category, depending on what you feel most comfortable with. And so Zarby, there are key options all throughout, and I think with his white sword and the route that he does here, it's just the easiest thing that he can do. Ooh, but takes a death to the gorillas.
Yeah, those gorillas are dangerous on half a heart or 1 heart. Those bananas they throw, they do 1 heart of damage apiece, so it's very dangerous to get into that room in half a heart.
Yeah, and that's the enemy that does the most damage in this dungeon. So that's the enemy you got to be the most careful of in this dungeon. On the low hearts that you have entering, is those gorillas. They take away 1 heart every time.
So Lack does now pick up his blue candle. He's going into level 5, getting ready for the Room of Requirement. Tell these folks what they're getting ready to expect here.
Well, in level 5, you need to get the item out of here. It is the Recorder, and it is guarded by 5 or 6. I don't know why I'm blanking on this. It's 5 or 6 blue dark nuts. And it's really difficult with how powered up Lack is right now. He has a wooden sword, so he's going to be using bombs because they do 4 times the damage that a wooden sword does. And so he's going to be wanting to use bombs as much as possible, but you have to bomb them in a very particular way, or else you can do no damage to these dark nuts. I'm not going to get into the technicality of it, but he's got to be bombing these guys as efficiently as possible. Let's see how he does.
Yeah, so you can see here the reason why a lot of runners will grab the white sword. He's got a great pattern here on these guys, but a lot of reasons people get the white sword is because of this room right here. Being able to take these guys out with 4 white sword hits instead of 8 is huge.
That was a really clean room.
Yeah, he was able to force that bomb in the middle of that and take it out and leave there with 5 bombs, which I would take that on any run, any day.
Yeah, he's picking it up at about 11:05 on the time. Definitely slower than what he's used to, but gotta feel good leaving with 5 bombs there. That's always amazing because that means he can have bombs for use in level 2, which he's going to do next. Zarby finishing up level 1 very nicely.
Yeah, very good for Zarby, and Zarby's still on a decent pace here. I mean, he's made it through level 2 now. Level 1. He's got his white sword, so he's headed towards 3. This is pretty good pace for Zarby as well for himself. And now he's at 8 bombs. I mean, he's just got a plethora of them that you usually don't get in level 5. So this is kind of rare coming out of here with 8 bombs now.
Yeah, but it's got to feel great. Anytime you leave with even just 1 bomb from level 5, I feel great.
Think he'll spin 7 of them before he gets there to do the strat?
I don't think so. He's actually about a year or 2 ago he was on the bandwagon of use all your bombs, even if to save the extra 2 seconds of menuing to the recorder, use all your bombs. He has since reverted from that. He's told me he's not on that strat anymore. He'll leave with 1 or 2 bombs if he feels like it. Because they can just be that much more powerful in level 2.
Yeah, plus he can bypass that gorilla room in 2 and just get right around that. So the time menuing that you see here, he's going to have to double menu. He'll get back in the gorilla room by bypassing it.
Yeah. And it's really not double menu, it's just 1 extra menu.
Yeah, the 1 extra, sorry.
Because he only uses 1 bomb. You can do a double bomb strat there that's a bit safer, but he had a lot of health to go into that fight, so he wasn't in any danger of dying.
And meanwhile, Zarby has traced back across Hyrule. He is in 3 now, so you'll see him now pick up in the middle of his run where Lack started. So this is the difference between the 2 first and the 3 first route, is now you're coming in here with a little more firepower. It's a little safer for you because you got that white sword, and you're going to be able to face Manhandla just with a little more defense, which is just a little safer route, and that's a reason a lot of people run 2 first.
Yeah, it's also that it takes the pressure off of forcing bombs, because in place of, you saw Lack when he was in level 3, he was using bombs left and right to kill these dark nuts, whereas Zarby doesn't have to do that. He can use his sword and save his bombs for when he needs it later. So it definitely cuts down on your needing resources and forcing and keeping all your counts and all that stuff.
Nice room with the clock there, and you're going to see Lack do what's called a world wrap. We just saw it. The world wrap, basically, you see him do the screen scrolling from right to left, and what it does is, if you lay out all the tiles in Zelda 1 in the overworld, they're numbered, right? 1 through however many there are, 80, I think, or something like that. But the way the world wrap works is that very far left screen that you saw him start on, and he gets around to the right side, that right side screen is numbered 1 to the left of that left side screen. So when he does that world wrap, he's going from right to left, and he's not going all the way across, he's just going 1 tile over. It's just the way they're laid out is why that works that way.
Yep, Zarby picking up his raft as Lack is making his way towards level 2, next in the route for him. And we'll see Zarby coming up on Manhandla as well. He's got enough bombs. He's got the full amount of bombs to go through, so as long as Manhandla doesn't play like he did with Lack, Zarby should be okay.
So I see Lack going back through level 2 where you saw Zarby start. He now has a candle bow to attack these ropes, so it's a little quicker and more efficient going through it this way, but let's see what Zarby does with this manhandler.
And not getting a great pattern.
I do like the patience he's showing with these bombs, though. It's nice.
Yep, he's got enough health, but he's got to be a little careful. He's trying to sword down the last section. Oh my gosh!
Oh, he does take a death, though.
He wanted to keep those bombs for level 4, so he tried to sword down. He only needed 2 hits with the white sword on there, but Manhandler gets faster as the more arms that you take off, and sometimes it's just really hard to judge where he's going. And so now Zarby has to go back in with less hearts and only 3 bombs to face off against a full Manhandler again. So he might be trying to force a bomb here, or if he knows that there are also areas of level 3 that he can go to get bombs, which is this room right here is one of them.
Yeah, there's a static floor drop here as you kill all 3 of these Dark Knights, so he's going to be able to pick this up and go with 7 bombs. And he gets another drop, so he's got 8 if he wants to grab it. Nope, he's going to go in with 7 again, so 7 and 3 hearts.
Yep, he has 7 bombs, 3 hearts. He can use a little bit more bombs now. Let's see round number 2 if Manhandler takes him down again.
He'll be on the right this time, so a little tougher spawn sometime. Come on, Zarby, you got this. Nailed him.
There we go. And he's got 4 bombs for use in getting through level 4. That's enough, especially with a white sword. So he should be sitting okay. Meanwhile, Black finished up level 2, whistling to level 4 now. Gonna do a little bit of shopping before going into level 7. What is he buying?
Yeah, so for 7, he's going to have the meat. It's the only thing we haven't figured out how to skip yet, which would save plenty of time. But he's got to buy the meat, and he's got to buy some arrows as well. Arrows are for level 6, so he's going to go ahead and do those both right now. Do some shopping here, and he's going to head to level 7.
Meanwhile, Zarby's picking up his last money that he needs before picking up a blue ring, judging by all of the money that he does have.
Yeah, definitely blue ring route here if you're sitting on 255 for sure. And again, the blue ring is another safe route, which is nice. I started on the blue ring route when I started running it. What it does is it cuts your damage in half. So now you've got the white sword, which does 2 times the amount of damage the wood sword does, and you're going to have a blue ring, which cuts damage in half. So it makes some of these middle levels and the end levels a little easier for you.
Definitely. So Lack tooting the flute where fairies don't live to enter level 7. And this is a level that for a lot of new runners is surprisingly painful. It's one of those levels that there's only a few rooms of combat. However, you can get really pegged and whittled away through a lot of these Guerrilla rooms. It takes very precise movement to get through here without taking damage. And what I find with newer runners when they go through this, and I had the same, troubles when I was starting off, is just to get the right movement to avoid all this damage, because you don't want to die in 7. It's one of the longer dungeons to get through. But on top of that, you have a lot of hearts, and you do have a refill time at the end of a level to where it has to, I believe it's about 2/3 of a second for every full heart that you have to refill. So you can lose a lot of time just by refilling 10 hearts at the end of a level.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the levels that I call it's very scripted, because your movement's pretty scripted. I mean, you're going to use pretty much the same tile path that you're going to walk depending on the Guerrillas. But if you remember the level 1 Guerrillas we saw that killed and sniped Zarby, it's the same Guerrillas here, but we've just multiplied them and put multiple rooms of them. So it's very dangerous path to walk, like you said.
Yep, Zarby getting through level 4 here, going to be on his way to pick up his ladder. Meanwhile, Lack enters the reverse C room with the Wall Masters. Got to be careful in this room. You get Wall Mastered, and that hand grabs you. You are going back to the beginning of the level.
And for safety, he pulls out the bow and snipes the last one. So you just don't want to get grabbed, like you said. It's a 3 or 4 second menu instead of a 45-second walk back through 7.
Yeah. Not only that, it's the walk of shame. It's the walk of embarrassment.
It hurts. Yeah, exactly right. So we come
Sakura is
to
asking in chat. Sorry, Sakura is asking in chat. Who has the most Triforce pieces right now? LackAttack does. LackAttack is in the lead right now. And a pretty good level 7 pickup time of like 1938 roughly. That is sub 30 pace.
Yeah, he's been scooting along here ever since that level 3 kind of mishap with the bombs with Manhandla. He has absolutely been on a blistering pace other than that. So to be able to recover that's been pretty awesome to see. I think our top time in the tournament right now is by Darkwing with a 30.08, so that's something we can look at too starting right now.
Yep, I was just going to mention that currently the tournament best time is from Darkwing Duck, 30 minutes and 8 seconds, but that is not the best race time that is out there. I believe somebody put it in chat before. I believe the Unos has a 29:35 in a race on SRL.
Yeah, and that's just absolutely ridiculous of a time in a race.
Anytime putting up a sub 30 minutes in a race in a race setting is incredible.
Zarby attacking that Gleeok and doing really well with it, so a very nice 4 for Zarby there.
Yeah, Zarby finishing up level 4. On his route is going to be going to level 5 next, I do believe. Is that correct?
Yep, I think you're right.
Meanwhile, LackAttack entering level 6 into the Belfry. Got the beams, hopefully keeping beams as much as he can. Yep, he kept beams through here. Very good Belfry room is what we call it. And keeping beams in level 6, keeping the beam sword is really, really important in level 6. It makes it go so much faster. As you can see right here, he's getting multiple hits because he's shooting through the enemies, and he cleared out that room with probably half the hits that other people would do.
Yeah, for the people that run this game know how impressive that room right there was. He had an orange Wizrobe on the left that he took out and then stayed right in the middle and did as much damage per second as he could just to wipe out that first room. That was very, very expertly done by Lack there.
Yeah, unfortunately took a little bit of damage in the room prior to this. Lost his beams, so it's going to decrease his speed just a tiny bit, but he's still flying.
Yeah, he's had some good patterns, and we always talk about patterns, right, and getting good ones. Everybody gets good patterns. It's making use of those patterns and what you do with them that actually counts. Everyone, through the course of the game, if you run as many times as Lack does, or Unos does, or anybody like that, or random yourself, you're going to get the same patterns. It's just what you do with those patterns that matter.
Yeah, this game is all about read and react. If you keep on the right path, you know where enemies are spawning, but their movement is a bit random after that, but how you react to that is what separates the really good runners versus the lower runners, unfortunately.
So bombs is the issue in this run again. You see him leaving level 6 with no bombs, and we have to go to level 8. You have to have 2 in level 8 just to get through it. So he's going to have to farm some bombs here too. Yeah,
and he'll need to get bombs immediately. This is not one of those he can go in and do something. Now he's going to have to farm outside of level 8, I believe. The good news is that he has many enemies right outside of level 8 that do drop bombs.
Yeah, he'll have 3 or 4 global chances here, and we'll see if these Octos are friendly to him. And he's got a chance coming up right here, which is why he's taking this hit from this red, because he saw the heart from the other blue Octo, and that tipped him off that the next one was a chance for him to get a bomb.
Yeah, knowing the global right there, knowing the global counter, knew kind of what chances he had, and that's the thing that separates Lack and top runners from other people, is that most other people would just swat through that red Octorok that was right in front of him, but then they wouldn't have a chance on the global drop to get the bomb on the next one. So Lack knows what he's doing, gets that global counter to where he needs to, and gets the bomb.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people talk about luck, but sometimes you have to make your own luck, right?
Exactly. Yeah, this game shouldn't be too much luck overall. If you know what you're doing, you can mitigate a lot of that.
And for not having beams, that was a very good first blue Darknet room there, the Blue Lagoon.
Yeah. This Darknet combat is not easy, especially when you got fireballs coming at you. Lack just cuts through it like butter. Meanwhile, Zarby is making his way to his recorder here.
Yeah, Lack usually doesn't clear this room, but there's a static drop here too, and he wants to have as many bombs as he can going into 9. So went ahead and didn't want to have to count and force going into 9. Went ahead and just wiped that room out on the health he had and got the static one there.
Yep, and he's up to 6 bombs now after clearing level 8 at the end of level 8 here, and that's what he would normally be on with his route. So he's right on pace for what he's used to.
So now you see Zarby in this room of requirement with the blue dark nets, and you'll see the white sword's able to do a little better than the wood sword was. He does have 5 bombs. He can use a few of them here, but he's going to go ahead and try to take these guys out as many as he can with the white sword, unless he gets them grouped up. His combat's pretty good, too.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Lack finishing up level 8 with a time of about 24 minutes and 40 seconds, so he is definitely still on sub 30 pace with his caliber of level 9.
Yeah, so now it's something, do you push it or are you in a race setting to where you kind of take the foot off the gas a little bit in 9? We'll see what he does.
I've seen LackAttack at GDQs pulling off sub 5 minute level 9, so I don't think he's going to pull off. I don't think he's going to take any breaks here. He's going to play his game and go for the best time.
All right, chat, let's get chat involved here. Everybody post your thoughts on what Lack's final time is going to be.
And we got Cantaloupe saying 29:50.
Zarby, meanwhile, does get the recorder. Coming out here with 2 hearts now. He does have the blue ring, remember, so he should be able to get through level 3, or level 5.
Yeah, that's a good point. Most enemies in this level do 2 hearts of damage to you with the green tunic, but those are going to be only doing 1 heart of damage with his blue ring. All right, some good guesses. I'll have to revert back to this whenever we get to the end here.
Yeah, we'll definitely take a peek at this, guys, and let you know who won. We are doing Price is Right rules, by the way. Lowest without going over.
Yeah, but sorry to whoever said 23 minutes. I don't think that's happening.
Unless he beats everybody's guess, and they're all over.
Yeah. Alright, Lack going into one of the first Wizrobe combat rooms that you have.
And he forces off a blue.
Yeah, he knew his count. So he's got full health, and he's got enough bombs to just go. He has enough bombs to clear out, to use, I believe, 2 bombs. 2 bombs in the reverse seat, maybe 3.
You can use 3 because you have to leave there with 2, yeah.
Yeah, you can use 3 bombs. Beautiful Patra skip.
Yeah, this is a great level 9 so far.
He's going to do beam strats here. This is the fastest strat that you can do. He's trying to keep the beams, you see. He's going to do the fastest strat you can do in here. Let's see how it works.
Not killing that orange is going to make it a little harder. He has to go north now because the orange will never come south.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate that some of his beams got blocked a bit, but a very clean room, still leaving with full health.
Leaving there with beams is not easy to do, and doing it in a race setting when you're on sub 30 pace is really cool to see.
Yep, he's still on sub 30 pace, 27:56 grab roughly. For him, that is sub 30.
Zarby, by the way, gets out of 5, did a really good job in there, so now he's going shopping, getting ready to head to level 7 himself.
Yep. So he has to revisit the screen that he got the blue ring on to pick up his bait for the Hunger Gorilla.
Only takes 1 bop there from Patra 2, which is good to see. Gets through these likes, the pancakes, and he's going to go north here. So he's got good health. He's got all the bombs he needs. He's going to finish this. It's just what time now?
Yep. He has 1 extra bomb for combat. He'll probably use it in this room right here.
No, he's going to swag it.
Nice. Very clean room. He could swag it, yeah. Let's see what kind of swag he might have in store for us if he kept that bomb. Is he gonna do a bomb clip?
I think it's the bomb clip. That's what's happening. No, nope. He's saving it. Grayscale, maybe?
Saving it. LackAttack, what is he doing?
Not even that. He's all business right now. Lack is all business.
Zarby into level 7.
Oh, he's doing the mid Patra. Nope, he's gonna get out of there. He's getting out of there for sure.
Wow. That was a lot of damage.
Yeah, you don't want to be on 4 hearts. 5's cool, but 4 coming into Ganon. Ganon Bop. A Ganon Hug does 4 hearts of damage. I mean, Lack's as skilled as they come, but you do not want to come in here with 4 hearts in a race. as he sits on his face, grabs the Triforce, and goes to rescue the princess.
Perfect, clean Ganon. And this is a sub 30 in a race, folks.
Yeah, chat, get your GGs out. We do have an official SRL time of 29:53.
Yeah, we're gonna go by 29:50 on his counter there. Let's see who posted that up. Let me see.
Random will be sending you a prize from his personal collection.
Cantaloupe predicted a 29:50 before everybody else.
Well, that's sick. Cantaloupe just knows way too much about the game,
Cantaloupe
so he's
called it
disqualified.
on the dot before anybody else did.
He is disqualified.
Zarby, meanwhile, going through, I believe he didn't have to pick up the red candle there because he had picked up his blue candle earlier, I believe, on his route.
Zarby on good health through this 7 as well. And I know you're sitting on blue ring, right? But somebody, you know, that's got the PB that he does to have this much health through 7, he's having a pretty decent one for himself.
Yeah.
And I'm not. His PB was what, 49.22, guys. He's within shouting distance of that, honestly.
Yeah, I don't have his timer on the screen. I don't have his stream up. I'm avoiding putting up too many videos. Gets the clock drop. Needs to avoid that.
He does like a pro, and we do have a ding in here, so we do know LackAttack has joined us, sir. GG's.
Hey, thank you.
Take us back through that run, man. How do you feel about it?
Well, I mean, I feel pretty good, honestly. Like, the beginning was terrible. I almost died to Manhandla. That would have been fun. But yeah, I ran out of bombs and then had to stop to get bombs. And luckily, I was counting through 3, so I knew where I was on the global.
Yeah, we had mentioned that there were 2 times in the run where the global and your knowledge of it really helped you, and one of them was right after level 3, and the other one was right after level 6. And we were kind of following that.
Yeah, you could probably see I was running into the Octorok on the stairs, trying to kill the blue guy, but I got the rupee from the Goma, so I knew I was either at 2 or 9, or 3 or 9, I mean. So that kind of set it up, and then when I got the heart from the Octo, then I knew where I was
got
at.
the double heart, is that what you had gotten?
No, it was the, that was the 4, or, yeah, I had gotten the second heart. Or the the second heart,
from the blue.
Yeah. But other than that, like, recorder room went really well. I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, you got some ridiculous patterns in there we were talking about. They lined up really, really nicely for you, and you left with like finally 5 bombs, which is not usual.
Yeah. So I was happy with that. I was gonna do double 100 from the start. But yeah, other than that, like 2 was fine. 7 was good. Overall, I had to switch to arrows at the end, but
yeah.
Other than that, like, everything went pretty well all the way through, except for the start. Like, I was plus 40 after level 4, so
yeah. Just think about
finishing
that.
plus 120 is not too bad.
Yeah, think about that. That with how bad that Manhandla went, to come out still with the fastest time of the tournament so far, 29:50. You were probably in that Manhandla for, at least 20 seconds in there doing that. So this could have been a mid-29 in a race setting, which has been incredible.
Yeah, I mean, that can happen, though. That's what kind of makes the run really scary at the beginning, is just, you know, that kind of randomness. And as soon as I saw him move right after I put the first bomb down, I knew that this was probably going to be a longer fight than I wanted to.
Yeah.
So I really didn't know what to do if I'd have died there. I probably had just continued on and hoped to and come back later, but that would have thrown me for a loop. So I'm glad I was able to sort them down. So.
Yeah, it was a masterful sorting for sure. We were I was clenching at least, but I don't know about.
Oh, I was, man. I was like,
sure.
Come on, I really don't want to die in my first race. That wouldn't look good.
So Zarby right now. Moving through level 6, he has just had, unfortunately, some slower rooms. He's on the blue ring route. He's just had, unfortunately, some slower rooms. Did he die somewhere?
He died in the northeast, and then he died also in one in the.
That's right.
Gibdo room.
Yeah, he took a pretty. I thought he took a pretty unfortunate death trying to go to the White Sword when he was collecting his money. He just took a few too many bops and had to go all the way back up there before getting his White Sword.
Yeah, it's a tough part of a run in the 2 first because you're lower health. I mean, you're going through the Northeast, which has some enemies that are a little crazy, the Tektites and stuff that jump out in front of you. So that route, that part is the challenging part. And then, having to face down that Lionel and then get around the White Sword route to get around to level 1. That's the toughest part of getting that going. But yeah, he did go back to that screen and he's good to go now. And he's having really good, like level 6, level 7. These have been pretty decent for him.
Yeah, he's going through level 6 pretty nicely. He's skipping a key though, I think.
He's fine. He's got an extra one.
Okay, I couldn't tell what I don't know his keys on this route off the top of my head. So, all right. So yeah, LackAttack moving on to 1-0 in the tournament. So congratulations again. I don't really know what else to say.
Yeah, thanks. It was a good first race. Happy to be part of the tournament. Looking forward to the next match. We got a lot of really good runners out here, and I mean, there's probably half a dozen that could win the tournament, maybe 10. So I think there's a lot of good competition. So it should be a really good show.
Yeah, it's really cool for Z1 too, because we've seen some PBs already in races and stuff like that. So that's what it's all about, right? I mean, we see a lot of people just improving their times, and just the PB in the Discord, just having that go nuts every single night, people dropping their times is awesome to see.
Yeah, that is really exciting to see a lot of people pick the game up. We saw this with the first tournament, so it's going to continue in this one.
Yeah, I think Adirondack Rick had posted up a little bit ago. I don't know how much has changed since earlier this week, but I believe he said in the last 30 days there's been 39 new PBs posted to speedrun.com in Zelda 80% no Up+A, which is just outstanding.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, Zarby into the Blue Lagoon 1, coined, I believe, by Mr. LackAttack. Did you coin that term?
I did, yes.
So, yeah, this room lags so much.
Yeah, I don't contribute anything to the game other than names for some rooms and maybe some insane strats in a couple rooms. But other than that, I just play what other people's work.
I think you're going to be competing for most named things in the game with Arcus there.
Yeah, Arcus is tough to compete with. I still find myself calling things the things that he called them. So,
well, you own Fort Gibdo. You own quite a few things, man.
Yeah, Fort Gibdo, I'm pretty proud of. That's a good one.
That's the one I remember.
The burn unit, that was another good one. So.
I haven't seen a good burn unit strat from you in a while, man.
Yeah, well, man, I'm trying to keep bombs, so burn unit's the last resort.
I know, Black's trying to play correctly here.
Yeah, no, if you're doing the burn unit, something's wrong. So, I did almost die at the end. I was trying to do the fast strats because I had like almost full health.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let me try, and then I got hit like to the right, and I was like, oh, this is really bad. So I was trying to get out, and I looked up, had 4 hearts, and was kind of worried for a moment. But when I got the Sunlock, I was pretty happy.
Yeah, we were both talking about that too. So
we were like, "Get out, man! Get out! Abandon ship!"
Yeah, abandon ship. Yeah. Well, that was also my second fastest race time, I believe. So
nice.
Good to warm up on that one, but hope to improve for sure.
Well, yeah, and it's always a pleasure to watch you work, and you're the one that kind of brought me into the game, so it's really cool to actually call your race. So I appreciate that.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad to be able to do that.
Yeah, and Zarby going a little bit wrong on his recorder, but he'll fix it. Just want to point out that Lack said that was a good warm-up race, so be aware, everybody. I think
I did use some new tech. I don't know if you've noticed. Going to the bait shop, I used that recorder.
Yeah, we saw that.
That I just noticed in the Discord yesterday or whenever it was talked about. So I think that's really cool that we're still finding minor optimizations to a game that's really hasn't had many route changes. Maybe like 2 route changes in the last, ever since I've been playing it, which is, that's been over almost 5 years now. So.
Yeah, there's been some excitement in our community in the last couple of days and weeks. So It's exciting. I got to check that out. I actually didn't read about it, but I saw you do it. I don't think I think I saw you do it, but I wasn't sure that I saw you do it because I don't have audio up, so I didn't say anything.
Oh yeah.
So does that just make sure that the shopkeeper spawns instantly, or what's going on?
It does that. It also the Armos counter counts down while the recorder's going.
Okay. So you push the Armos and then do the recorder.
Yeah, touch the Armos and do recorder facing down. So you really shouldn't have a problem if you're facing down. And then as soon you can just hold down, I believe. I let go and then repressed. But as soon as you get control again, you walk into the stairs and the shopkeeper spawns instantly. So it's a win-win. But I would ask somebody who's smarter than me about the game.
Well, RC Drone is asking, why did you touch him from the top instead of from the right?
That's a great question. I think I was trying to avoid the lever. And like as soon as I did that, I forgot everything I knew about that screen and just did what was natural, I guess. But sorry for the frame loss, Drone.
Yeah, Drone and Unos are very upset right now.
We got a guy that
I see that.
Unos 30
Unos
apologizing,
trying to keep the tips away from me, but I still read the Discord, so I know what's going on.
All right, Zarby making his way through level 9 here, almost at full heart containers. I want to point this out. I think he only potentially didn't get the South Coast heart container, but every other heart container he has gotten in this game. He is sitting very well on health with his blue ring, and he's got enough bombs to complete as long as he doesn't go overboard in the reverse C. Gonna try a Patra 2 skip here. Missed it and missed his window, unfortunately. I think he's trying to keep in his window here. I think you got at this point you might just have to concede and take him down like he is.
Yeah, and just as a heads up for everybody, he entered level 9 just north of 40 minutes, and his posted PB was a 49.22. So if he has, you know, a quote-unquote clean 9, he's got a PB chance here, so this is awesome to watch.
Yeah, and I think he still has a potion, I believe.
I was going to ask. That was probably the one heart that he didn't get.
That could be.
Yeah, Taban has it in chat. I think he got on the South Coast. He traded the raft for the potion there.
There you go. So he's going to enter the reverse C room here. I think he's just going to sword. Yeah, he's going to save all of his bombs. He's just going to sword them all down. Oh,
don't use any more. No more.
No more bombs. Don't do it.
I've seen run in right there because of bombs.
Oh, I've had it happen in PBs with me. So
he's avoiding the bubbles really well. He's going to get the reverse C with both potions. This is really good news.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great to see people that haven't had a PB, didn't have a PB at all and is now under 50 minutes. You know, within like a week. So.
Yeah, he should definitely finish this race under 50.
Yeah.
So gets his silvers that he needs for the end. We'll see if he tries for some reverse clip action. Nope. I think he had it in his mind of something, but then the Reds kind of drew his attention, took a red beam to the face, and decides to use his potion.
I really like in his splits that he has like the directions of where to go and little notes, because I mean I've done that plenty of times. It's really it's just neat to see that.
Yeah, I wonder who else does that in this besides Lack.
I have no idea somebody else in here. Nope. Let's keep the focus on the game here.
Redbird Grad, famous for putting 100 splits in his PB attempts.
If you're not splitting a million times, you're not running right.
All right, so Zarby, since he killed the Patra 2 on the way down to the silvers, does not have to worry about Patra 2 on the way back, but does get some eaten by some likes, pancake hugs, never good. But as long as he doesn't miss any bombs here, he has enough to finish the game. He cannot miss any of his 2 bomb holes that he needs to get through, though.
Yeah, he is all business, too. He's just throwing the sword out there and attacking these rooms. I like that. Not passive, just go ahead and attack them. It's the best way to have combat is just, I mean, just to force the combat. If you sit back too much, those Wizrobes just surround you, and they're hard to avoid and dodge and that type of thing. The attacking like he is really well done.
Yeah. We're going to get double Zarby here.
Did not miss the wall, so no commentator curse there from Random.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so he still has a potion. He's got blue ring. This is looking pretty good for Zarby here. What's his time at right now? I guess I can see it on Lack screen. 44 minutes here.
Yeah, he's at 45-12 entering Ganon's room.
All right.
So he could get 45 here.
Spoilers, Lack, you're a little ahead.
Yeah, no spoilers. You're ahead of us, dude.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
All right, so he's entering, got his potion ready, and just in case, gets one hit, lost him a little bit, takes another, down to 1 heart.
He does use the potion in time. A little clinch moment as well. Lack, we do have a bone to pick with you, though. Why no swag bomb there at the end?
I don't know. It was too late, and then it was gonna waste frames to use it up. And oh, you mean in the stairs?
On the stairs, yeah.
You had one bomb ending. You could have done a bomb clip or grayscale ending or something.
Man, I leave that to other people. I just do my thing.
Fair enough.
The bomb, I could have
Zarby.
bomb clip for sure, but I didn't.
Chat, get your GGs out. We do have a PB and a finish from Zarby89 with a 46.04. That is a 3 minute 18 seconds PB. That's awesome.
Yep, according to his splits, that is a gigantic PB for Zarby89.
Yeah, that's great.
And speaking like a great runner, didn't even get sub 45. Frowny face, I love it. But GG Zarby. Race PB is always the best PBs.
We're going to try to get Zarby in here as well to join us in the booth for 1 second.
Yeah, get GG's out for both of these runners. Fantastic race to kind of finish off our week. We do have one more race after this. Let me go ahead and look up the schedule here. The race is between Crystal Saver and Lasso 42 coming up in, oh god, I can't convert this time very nicely, but it's 8:30 Eastern, I believe, so it should be very quick, just about 40 minutes. Is that correct? Am I doing that right? I think that's correct.
Yeah, I think you're right. I was trying to get Zarby in here.
Yeah, so it's 8:30 Eastern over on Gary and Old Wolf's channel. We're going to have Cantaloupe Me and Tetrali on commentary. Saber and Lasso 42 will be the last match of week 1.
Okay, it does look like Zarby has a busted mic. He's going to try to get in here, but I don't think we're going to get an interview with him.
Yeah, I'll pull him in. He's here.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, good.
We'll bring Zarby in. Zarby89, hopefully he's got the mic issues working. GG, sir. Race PB, gotta feel pretty good. At least race PB as far as we know. How you feeling?
Yeah, also don't forget the push to talk is on the channel too as well.
Yeah, we might have a little bit of technical issues. Wow. We can see your light blinking, but we can't hear you, Zarby. Wow. We'll see if we can get Zarby's mic issues figured out in the background. Doesn't seem to work, so unfortunately we might not get a commentary from Zarby on the race, but a pretty clean run, just a pretty unfortunate death early on that had him probably wasting, I'd say, at least a minute going back up there, maybe more. So that was like the most unfortunate part of the run. But other than that, a fairly clean run from Zarby there.
Yeah, I think he was just building in a time save for the future, so that was very, very smartly played out by Zarby.
So, like I said, we got one more match coming up. I want to thank Speed Gaming for putting on the restream here and my co-commentary, Redbird Grad, and to both our runners, give both our runners a follow. LackAttack24, Zarby89, both really good Zelda runners. And yeah, let's take it away, Redbird. Close us out.
Yep, no problem. Thanks again, Feasel and Speed Gaming, for being a good partner of the tournament. Thanks to all the admins for all the hard work you guys are doing behind the scenes. Thank you, Random, for calling it with me, and LackAttack and Zarby. It was a pleasure to call this. Had a good time. Chat, you guys had a good night. You guys have a good night, and stick around because in 40 minutes we got one more coming up for you, the last one of the first round, and then we are on to round 2 next week. So stay tuned. A lot of action coming up. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.